What's up, everybody? It's your boy Carcino here. Hopefully the audio's working well. We was having some technical difficulties earlier, but let's speak in general of the future of boxing. Like, where are we headed to? Like, who are some of the boxers that we want to see or we're excited about, and why they're not getting the shine that they're supposed to get? I mean, from what I've been hearing from all the boxing fans, everybody loves Keith Thurman. You know, even people are starting to love Shawn Porter, which was a surprise for me. You know, he's a really good guy, but normally good guys, you know, they don't really make it in here. And they looking at him as like a 2014 Shane Mosley, you know. He's an old school Shane throwback. But it's a lot of exciting fighters. You have Errol Spence Jr. When these guys start getting up to the upper echelon, I think boxing is going to be okay. But I think it's too much of these, the bigger guys that's out there are not trying to help bring up the younger class. It's let me get mine, and I don't care about the next guy. And I think that's kind of a problem in the sport of boxing that we have. It's like, if we can't use them, or we don't have a story, they ain't signed to so-and-so, we don't care about them. And then that's become part of the problem. And y'all gonna see that this year. Because I told you, this year is, the name of this year should be Show and Prove for 2014. Because everybody got something to prove. You had Victor Ortiz and Collazo, they all had something to prove. You got Adrian Broner, he got something to prove. You know, you got Mares, he got something to prove. He want to prove that was a fluke. You know, a lot of guys who backs are against the wall. You know, and they gotta prove something to somebody. They gotta prove it to themselves. Canelo gotta prove it. Angulo gotta prove it. You know, it's like, come on. This is another epic year that could happen in boxing if they do it right. If not, it could just be another year where financially they took a hit on pay-per-view, the whole sport, and the fans were left unhappy because a lot of fights fell apart. You know, it's a lot of wiggle room for greatness, and it's a lot of wiggle room for things falling into the toilet. But we gotta look to the future this year. That's what boxing, they need to focus on. Instead of trying to make these big fights and worrying about that, they need to focus on these younger talents that are coming up in the boxing game. You know, we want to see what these guys can do. We need the Kareem Mayfields. We want to see the Hank Lundys. We want to see Danny Garcia do something. We want to see all these younger talents that they have at these smaller divisions. We want to see what they made of this year. Gary Russell Jr., he got to step it up this year. You know, Omar Figueroa, we're going to see if it's legit with him. You know, we got to put these guys on the plateau and start bringing them to the spotlight more and more this year. Not saying that they weren't doing it last year, but we need to continue it, and so that the sport revolves. You know, it keeps going in a circle, to where we're not worried about three guys, and that's basically what the sport still is. Three guys: Pacquiao, Mayweather, and Cotto. You know, it's like every year it's the same three: Pacquiao, Mayweather, Cotto, and that's just no room for nobody else. And that's just not right. It's not fair. So I think that this year we should address that a lot more and start paying attention to these y'all ask me to interview these fighters, then y'all don't even come by and check it out. You know, they like, oh, okay, well, when you gonna interview some fighters? And then we interviewing fighters, and then y'all don't even come by, y'all don't even comment, y'all don't even say nothing. So I'm like, y'all just basically hypocrites. When there's a Mayweather Pacquiao video, y'all run to that and just start talking. Then you complain about not having interviews. Now you got interviews, we interviewing fighters for you, and you don't want to talk about them. So which one is it gonna be?